All right, what is going on, guys? So today with me, I have the Apple Watch Ultra, and this is the newest Apple Watch that Apple has released that is primarily designed for elite athletes, marathon runners, if you do a lot of hiking out in the wilderness, or if you go down below in the sea. But this is probably one of the most expensive Apple Watches that Apple has put out now, other than the infamous Hermes watch. But before I unbox this, a company emailed me today about wanting to sponsor the channel, and I'm very excited to say it's nobody. Now, let's get this unboxed. So this is a bit of a different box than the traditional Apple Watch box that we get. They're usually more rectangle, but we still have these tabs to open it up. And this is definitely more outdoorsy. And this is, did I mention this thing is $7.99? So we have two parts here, or three parts. We get a little booklet. We have three parts here, which is cool. Toss that off to the side. What do you guys want to see first? Let's go with this booklet. Skim through it, basically like my summer reading that I did. Blah, blah, blah. Cool. All right, Spark note that. So we have the band, but we all just want to see what's inside here. So this is made in China, of course. Shout out to China for making all the products for Apple. Let's go ahead, peel off the sides here. And for reference, I'm wearing the Apple Watch SE 2nd generation that recently came out. Whew, that came out smooth. And I'm pretty sure Apple just put their coordinates, their longitude, latitude of their headquarters. So that's pretty cool. Interesting. This definitely feels more paper than the other stuff that we get. So it doesn't look like this is anything special. We have a braided Apple Watch cable. It's pretty cool. Yeah, whatever. And then here is the Mac Daddy, or Mama, whatever you prefer these days. Now, this is made of titanium, and if you guys don't know from Apple's lineup, it goes aluminum, stainless steel, and then titanium, with titanium typically being the most expensive, but it still has a lot of benefits from steel. It's just that it's lighter. I will say this is the 49, and it feels not that heavy. Maybe with the band, it's going to feel even lighter than that. But yeah, as you guys can see, this is Apple Watch Ultra, 49mm titanium case, or titanium and ceramic case. This is the sapphire crystal on the front side. Also, keep in mind that this is flat. It's not curved like we have on the other Apple Watch series. Continuing here, they all come with GPS and cellular service. So that's the LTE that you see. It is water resistant up to 100 meters. That's not something you're going to see for the other Apple Watches. It can be dived to 40 meters. I don't know if that's right. Well, I guess you can safely dive 40 meters down, but water resistant up to 100. And that's the Apple Watch Ultra. So we are going to get set up here in the United States. Start pairing, but I want to get this unboxed next. All right, so this is interesting. Oh, so we have the pull tab here. I don't know what this one is. This is, I guess, sort of like the cloth band. I should have got the ocean one. It's giving you instructions on how to put it on, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory. This goes here. And this goes here. And let me show you guys how to do this. So you have this hook here. I assume you just unclip the hook from one of these places, and then you can move it up, move it down. So I'm going to move it all the way down, attach it to my wrist, tighten it, and then just clasp it like that. Easy. I like it. It definitely feels, I love this band. Although I probably would get the rubber ocean whatever band they have. But let me go ahead and start the pairing process for this and see if it's any different from the regular Apple Watches. Honestly, this looks pretty big on my wrist. I was going to say it's not that big, but this is gigantic. My wrist, I mean, yeah, this is way too big, but it still connects to the Apple Watch. I'm really interested to see the new watch faces and the new workouts with this new, I didn't even show you guys around the watch. I'm so bad. All right, so on the side here, we have a much bigger speaker. So on the SE and even on the series, we have just these two slits. This, I believe, is their new, it's not their stereo speakers, but they are much louder than the other ones. We do have a 3-array beamforming microphone array. And then this is the action button that I will talk about in a second. And then on the other side, we still have that nice digital crown, but it is in this nice orange with the button on the side here. So pretty much identical to what we have on the SE and the other lineups. It's just that this is a little bigger. So nice to see. And I believe this is the array of speakers. All right, so let's talk about this action mode. So this action mode, like I said, it is this button here on the side, and we can have different options that we can choose from. So we can have a workout. This starts the workout, marks a segment. We have a dedicated stopwatch button. We have a waypoint. This is for, I guess, when you want to go back to where you were previously at. You can backtrack. Oh, excuse me. Waypoint, I guess, is where you mark certain locations while you're going somewhere. And then backtrack is when you try to go back to where you previously came from, if you so happen to forget. We have diving. I guess this starts the depth of how deep you are going inside the sea. And we have a flashlight. So for me, I'm going to do, just to make this easy, stopwatch. All right, so the depth, it's saying the depth app can automatically open underwater and measure temperature, time, and depth. So sure, I'm not sure when I'm going to go underwater, but telling me some safety things about diving. Always on display, which is great. And now the Apple Watch is syncing. The only thing I'm really going to do with this watch is I might take it underwater. And when I mean underwater, it's probably going to be my kitchen sink, because ain't no way I'm going underground with this thing. But did I say underground? I meant underwater. But this, I mean, you guys can't feel this, but this is like a very durable watch. With it being titanium as well, it's gonna hold up really well compared to even the stainless steel series. So let me go ahead and get this back on. The display, I love the display. I forgot to mention a couple of things of the watch. So compared to the Series 8, it gets much brighter. Same with the new iPhone 14s, it goes up to 2000 nits. If in lamest terms, that just means that it gets really bright and it's very easy to see outside. I have to admit that after looking at it for a little bit, and if you're like using this as a dedicated watch for, you know, athletic stuff or extreme hobbies, I would say, this isn't that big. It's not too crazy. Using this as an everyday watch though, I probably wouldn't recommend, just because it is just so bulky. I definitely would go back to like an SE or a regular series watch. Right now, while this is heading up, I'm doing a quick order of Chick-fil-A. As you guys can see, this is what I get: the Chick-fil-A Cool Wrap and the small Chick-fil-A waffle fries. Why don't I get the sandwiches? It's because the sandwiches are okay. They're not that great. Honestly, the Cool Wrap is probably the best thing that they serve, and the salad. So let's actually bump this up to a medium, because I'm feeling pretty fat. So if you guys are interested in me doing a comparison of like the regular series watch and the SE and even the Ultra, I can do that. This right here is my personal one. It's the stainless steel Series 5 Apple Watch. I love this thing. It's been holding up pretty well for the most part. And then this is the SE second generation. I really do like this color, by the way, Starlight, but probably get Midnight in my personal choice if I had a non-steel option. And then this is the Ultra, of course. I mean, you guys can tell that how big this thing is on my wrist. This is bigger than my wrist itself. Walking around with this thing in public is going to be a little awkward. And look at that, we are in. And we are getting text messages out the wazoo. All right, so looking at both of these watches here, it might not seem that big of a difference on camera, but in person, in terms of what my eyes can see, it's just a lot more legible to see things on the Ultra. And obviously we have always on display on the Ultra as well, so we're gonna have this nice watch face. But, ooh, that crown is smooth as well. So I wanna try out some of the new watch faces. I was gonna get my Apple Watch, but I'm pretty sure I can just do this myself. So let's go ahead and hit new watch faces, and let's go to Wayfinder. That's fine, please add it. All right, I think this is the coolest thing of the Ultra. I believe when we twist this up, we get this nice red. Oh, that is nice. And as you guys can see on the top left, it has my elevation down to the inch. That is crazy. Wait, is that an inch? Oh, my bad. That's degrees. So this is like a compass, right? Am I dumb? Listen, like I said, this isn't a watch for me, but my goodness, is this a good looking watch. I'm pretty sure this is elevation. It's definitely elevation. I don't know what the second number is. It's definitely a degree. Okay, so I think it's the feet and the direction you're pointing at. Actually, okay, listen, I'm just gonna stop talking about the compass, but as you can see, Wayfinder is a crazy watch face, and I think in terms of what I enjoy most about it is this red right here. But let me try out another watch face real quick and just see what we have. Obviously, we have astronomy. I don't think that's anything new. Modular is probably one of my favorite. Astronomy is pretty cool though. Let's go ahead and add that. And boom. God, this is a nice watch face. As you can see, I'm not even talking about the SE anymore because I'm just so infatuated with this. But some other things that I forgot to mention as well is we do have like this low power mode. So we can just set this here. It says save battery life by turning off always on display and limiting the sensors as well as the cellular and Wi-Fi connections on your Apple Watch. Incoming notifications may be delayed. This will also turn off background heart rate measurements, heart rate notifications, and blood oxygen measurements. So pretty cool that we have this low power mode. I think it goes all the way out to 60 hours of battery life, 60 hours of battery life. So this is the stopwatch. So I'm just gonna activate it real quick like this. And there we go. So if I wanna mark a lap, it's telling me that I can hit the button again or stop it. So just like that, just like that. Nice. So, oh, I can even change the graph as well. Cool, cool, cool. Now, I don't think the stopwatch is anything that's significant because it does offer that on the regular Apple Watches. You just have to, click it. But it's really when it comes to analyzing your workouts and the activities that you do that the Ultra starts to excel at. Now, do keep in mind this does have the temperature sensor. It has all the latest health monitoring systems that Apple has. I think this is on the 3rd generation, the blood oxygen detection, all that good stuff. And pair that with the 36 hours of battery life regular and 60 hours with the low power mode. This is pushing the upper echelon of what Apple is trying to capture in their target audience. That sounded so fancy, by the way. All right, so that's my first impressions of the Apple Watch Ultra. I do have a race tomorrow. It's like a 5K, and then this upcoming Saturday, I have a 10K. So I can test out and see how this watch is gonna benefit me. But I mean, people are saying $800 isn't steep. When I went to the Apple store, the lady was like, this thing's only $800. And in my head, I'm like, yeah, $800 is not just $800. It's it's $800 for a watch. Oh my God. And the fact that she was trying to justify it was even crazier. But obviously, in terms of the smartwatch capabilities, there is a audience that will pay for this. I believe Garmin and what's the other company? Actually, it just might be Garmin. I know Fitbit does not have any watches up in this price point. Even the Forerunners are very expensive when you start, going up there. If you want a watch that offers a lot of value. But the one thing I gotta always hammer Apple on is battery life. Those other watches just last. I don't want to say forever, but they last much longer than this. But the nice thing is with Apple, it's tied into your ecosystem. But once again, $800. I do love the band though, I will admit that, but I appreciate every single sub, like, and comment. Hopefully you guys enjoy this first impressions and unboxing, and as always guys, much love.